And what's going on, guys? Kale here, coming at you with a account update. This is day 481. Meant to do this on day 480, which would have been exactly a month from the last account update, which was day 450. 1 day late, obviously, in recording this, so sorry about that on my end. But in typical fashion, starting off these account updates, how we normally go about these. First and foremost, just kind of looking at the TCP. So the last account update, I was at just about 6580, so roughly just about a 400k increase in 30 days. A little bit on a slower side. I was typically kind of averaging about 100k every 10 days or so, kind of in more of the rapid growth sections, sometimes 200k. But gold has been a little scarce on Mini, so that has definitely kind of slowed me down just a little bit. Currently just shy of 7 mil, which is just crazy. The fact that this account now is just a little bit over a year old, and kind of quickly just catching up to, both Kale rather, and Dracarys. So anyway, let's kind of just take a look at what the account is looking like, what's going on. So obviously the biggest change from last month is I have finished my initial run of DD4, which is great. So finished DD4, and I'm actually currently in the timed run. I started that yesterday. So I'm basically 2 days into the timed run, and yeah, doing pretty good so far. I kind of timed out in a way where I started last night, and I finished the unrestricted section, also started the global section, and I think I could have gotten a little bit further, but I did time out essentially where my day refreshed, so I missed out on that opportunity. But I'm on the last global node. Did the other two global nodes in a one-shot fashion, so that was pretty nice, and managed 23 mil in damage yesterday or I guess technically today, for the global section. So I'm anticipating being able to hopefully finish that at server or daily refresh rather, and then kind of get into Cosmic, go back into City, and then start the fun that was legendary for Mini. Some other kind of interesting things that I guess have occurred. Obviously, I now have Dr. Doom unlocked. I'm currently working on him, and he's kind of taken precedent over my other characters just because of the way Mini's raid lane structures are set up. Tech is kind of a big roadblock, both for Doom 2 and Doom 1 even, and with Doom, it'll kind of make the lanes just a lot easier. Also, I've kind of got some ideas with some new tech teams, which I'll be testing out on Kale. That's just kind of incorporating the Ravengers as well as possibly Star-Lord T'Challa, which I guess technically is a Ravager as well. But that's something I'll be testing on Kale in a little once I kind of finish working on Magic. But anyway, so kind of what's going on with the account. Top characters here farming for, basically legendary requirements. So we've got Sam, Iceman, Polaris, Winter Soldier, all being farmed for legendaries. Obviously not Iceman, he's just being farmed for the Doom raids. And then just slightly below that, we've got Cersei and Icarus. They are kind of on hold at the moment, working on them for a combination of the Mystic section as well as for the arena meta. But they are on hold at the moment as I am focused on Doom. Following behind that, we've got Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Those are being worked on for the upcoming Web Warriors. And then I've got the Kree minions. Those are being farmed for a legendary. And then Shang-Chi is down here as a possible DD5 character. And actually even a possible skill character. As I haven't been super happy with the way Gamora is performing in the skill section for Doom 2. that's kind of who I'm working on as far as my kind of regular campaign and ISO 8 energy. Switching on over to the Verse Battle Favorites, this is basically still my Doom teams, and currently, as you can see, I've removed all of the symbiotes. I will be slotting in the Web Warriors, and as Mini does kind of do bio for both sections pretty early on, those will become a quick priority for Mini. Also, we'll be doing some footage once I get them unlocked on how they're performing. But what I'm currently working on, kind of just getting those characters to Blue 2. So I've been kind of farming, the Ions, and actually I do need to take Jubilee to Blue 2 over here. And that kind of completes everyone at Blue 2. So what I've been working on is I've been starting to take characters to Blue 3 in the order that they go in the Doom raids for me. And I'm focusing on Doom 2, not necessarily Doom 1. As in Doom 1 right now, I don't really have an issue kind of getting Mini to the point where we can clear to 60%. Doom 2, however, Mini is still struggling. So bio would be the first section that I'm working on. However, since I am planning to do the Web Warriors and I've put the symbiotes on hold, I'm focusing on my next section next with his skill. So as you can tell here, I've already taken Captain Sam, Gamora, and Kestrel to Blue 3. I'm currently working on taking Sharon Carter to Blue 3 next. I already have all of her ISOs ready to go. I'm just currently farming the Ions. Once I'm done with Sharon, I will then go on over to Maria Hill. And actually looking at it here, I'm actually going to take Maria Hill to Blue 3 first, as I already have her ISOs done. So I'm basically just farming Ions. And what I'm doing in preparation to the Web Warriors coming to the game, when I am opening up my ISO 8 blue orbs, I'm actually just opening up brawler orbs, as there is a lot of brawlers in the Web Warriors. So I'm just going to stockpile that gear pretty early on, and that way all I have to worry about is the Ions. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now for the Doom section, as well as, just the regular campaign energy. I'm also kind of looking at, and they are in my regular verse tab, characters that I am taking to DD5. I did do a full video on that with Mini, but two of the characters I'm planning to take in are Cloak and Dagger. So basically, as teal gear is becoming available, I'm equipping it. Obviously, it's still very early on, and I have not equipped anything for them. But yeah, so that's where I am with that. Planning to do the Web Warriors into DD5 as well, and I did do a full video on that as well, so feel free to check that out. Now let's go on over to the supply store. Honestly, not too much has changed. I am still focused on teal gear, so I'm buying the hero uniques as I see them. Pretty much any hero unique I'm buying. I am buying the origin uniques as well. I'm kind of avoiding buying the catalysts as they are farmable, and they do seem to be coming fairly frequently in some of these events. In the in the orange gear. So with the orange gear, I'm not really buying too much orange gear at this point. Like I said, Mini has completed my first DD4 run, so orange gear is less of a focus. I am still buying hero uniques that are under 61, and in the case of the superior Oz formula, I am stockpiling that as much as I can. As I've mentioned previously, it takes 61 Oz formulas to take a character from G13 to G15, and at the very least, with the two new Web Warriors, Scarlet Spider and Spider-Punk, you'll need at least 122 Oz formulas. And that doesn't include taking Miles or regular Spider-Man, because, that'd be another 122 each. So, you're potentially looking at 244 superior Oz formulas if you're looking to take the whole team to G15. So, seriously, if you can stock up on Oz formulas, I highly recommend it. Ghost Spider is going to require alien spores. So again, if I see those and they're under 61, I'm stockpiling those as well. In the Blitz store, kind of really not farming any characters at the moment. Pretty much all the characters that are used for legendaries, I have them at 5, or I have them available to take up to 7 stars. It's just I honestly haven't had the gold. I would recommend, if you didn't have maybe Spider-Man or Miles, the shards up to take them to 7, maybe look at that. Something else to kind of look at, and I actually totally forgot all about this, there is a possibility that Ravager Boomer and Ravager Stitcher actually become viable raid characters. So I need to remember to actually buy the Ravager Boomer shards and be able to take him to 7 stars, just in case the testing does prove to go pretty well. But other than that, I'm just opening up these Blitz Orbs. I typically wait till I have about 15,000 of the Blitz Orbs currencies, and then I'll open them up to about 5,000, and basically you get a little Misty Knight and a little bit of gold. In the raid store, kind of more the same. I've actually started farming Ravager Stitcher, which I never thought I'd say those words, but again, that is kind of in correlation to them possibly being viable in the Doom Tech section. I'm also farming Sharon Carter still on Mini, and any other characters that might be used for a legendary. For most of the orange gear, I don't need it anymore, so I haven't been farming that. And again, once I do get my raid credits up to about 150k, I do typically open up these raid orbs until they are at 50k. And, just there's really no rhyme or reason with that. But I like to have 50k kind of in stockpile just in case, characters are popping in more frequently and whatnot. In the arena store, very similar. I'm currently farming Phi Lavelle, and just kind of taking her to 7 stars. And then after that, I'm not too sure kind of what I'll be farming, as there's not really anything in here that I think Mini needs. At that point, the next arena character will probably be in the store, and it'll probably be Colleen Wing. I'll probably farm her just because. But yeah. In the war store, that's where things are getting a little bit more crowded. I did actually spend a lot of my Elite War credits, and I was trying to basically get a 5th legendary character to kind of speed up the DD4 legendary section for Mini, so I did deplete a lot of that. Now that I've finished my first DD4 run, I'm starting to stockpile that again. Kind of keeping my fingers crossed that there might eventually be a teal war orb. So what I'm doing with my war credits, I am still kind of farming a lot of characters, so I'm actually kind of holding off on spending the teal gear, as there are legendaries that I'm still really working towards. The ones that are really kind of coming to mind right now are Omega Red. I just think Omega Red is a phenomenal Dark Dimension character, as well as being, a really cool counter for the Heroes for Hire. But, so I've been saving a lot of my war credits for Maria Hill. Also still buying characters that, I do need for the legendaries. I believe Longshot I'm still farming as well, for Adam Warlock. So that's kind of where I am there. In the Elite store, I'm kind of saving credits. There really hasn't been many characters that I've been looking to buy. I'm kind of debating buying Ravager Stitcher, just based off of basically his heal is based off of his maxed health. But that's something I'm going to wait on until I test on Mini and see if he's actually worth it. But that is a weird buy that I'm kind of considering. In the ISO 8 store, I kind of, already mentioned what I'm doing. I'm basically stockpiling the Brawler ISO 8s just in anticipation of the Web Warriors. And that's really kind of where I guess the store is. Some other things, I guess, going on with the new, kind of increased Stark Tech. So now if everyone donates, we basically get to the 4th little milestone. So I'm really seeing a large influx of Stark Tech, and I was able to max out Bio. I've got skill maxed out, and actually kind of going in, we're going to max out tech real fast. And basically I'm doing these in the order like I've been doing them for the longest, and that's basically the order of how the Doom raid progresses for me. And again, basing this off of Doom 2. So for me, it's a bio, skill, tech, mystic, and then mutant. So now we are kind of going on over to the Mystic section and basically just starting to max that out, really kind of in no particular order. I've just been kind of starting from the top, making my way down. And then once I basically finish out Mystic, I will then go over and max out Mutant, which is almost done because I was in a different lane for Doom 1 initially. So that's kind of what I've been working on. This increase in Star Tech is really helpful. I imagine I should hopefully maybe have my Star Tech maxed out maybe in another month or so, which is awesome, because once I have the Star Tech maxed out, I can actually start kind of getting an influx of more war credits, and I will be buying the war credits kind of going forward, which is what I currently do on Dracarys and Kale. But yeah, so that is just a kind of quick account update, kind of a month later. Looking at the arena, Mini's arena meta has kind of stayed fairly similar. I am starting to see more Eternals kind of pop up, so I definitely kind of need to start working on my Eternals. But I do still have some iWatch in my arena shard, and I've been staying pretty consistently kind of in the top 40, which is nice. It's really helped with my influx of cores. But yeah, so that's kind of where Mini is on day 481. Hopefully you did find this, helpful, or at least a nice comparison. If you did, please feel free to like and subscribe. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. Hope everyone is having a good week, and take it easy.